Well, welcome back. Welcome back. We have our first lady of fandom, Miss Liz. I am, of course, Calibus Rand, the Dar'manda, and of course, with me I have the Marshal of Fasta, the car, the wolf.
Oh,
How are we all doing tonight?
other than it's hot, we're doing great.
Yes. I do believe the entire nation is in heat
We
wave.
had 3 really good, nice days, all in the 70s, low 80s, and then today it went.
Yeah, unfortunately, we're looking at the same thing here in the
degrees.
Midwest. So, okay. So we are talking
Well,
Buffy.
Do you want me to show you the Stargate stuff, or shall we just?
Oh yes, please do. Please do. You did say you found your bears.
Yeah, and I also found.
Oh.
With my uniform. You like my Zat?
The gun.
Yep.
It's the gun.
It's my Zat.
Excellent.
Believe me, if I'd had $10,000, I'd have one of the real ones. But you know. Hi, Mark. Tell Mark hi.
Mark.
Hey, Mark.
Say hi to Mark for me.
So you
Can I type on chat and he'll get it?
Yeah.
He can hear you. So.
He can hear.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Live. We're live.
All right. Here's the other bit. Here's Jonas. This Jonas Bear. I realized he was only on the season for 1 year, but I had to when I said I was going to go see him at DragonCon, I had to make him one. And of course, it is definitely signed, and you'd love it. It's on his butt.
Bite me.
And it says, "Bite me."
That is awesome. Oh, what a character.
Oh, he was such a nice guy. He was fun to hang out with. He really was. He was super nice, and he spent time with us and everything. And then we have Mr. Tilk. The main man, Mr. Tilk.
Look at that.
He's even got his little gold crest and everything. And then
that is so cool.
And that's his gun. And of course his badge. And he used to have a worm, but he doesn't anymore. When he went on to Tronon, I got rid of the worm.
Right?
But isn't he super cool?
Yes.
And he was very popular. He was probably the most popular of the whole bunch. And he is signed twice on the back. Once by, of course, Christopher Judge, and the other time by Michael Shanks. Because he wanted to. Even though he got his own bear to sign, he insisted on signing Tilk's too. And that is essentially it for the Star Wars stuff. And then I've got all these questions. Oh, and they had a marathon on Sunday. They had like maybe 10 episodes or more of Buffy, and it was They did two episodes from season. They called it The Greatest Battles of Buffy the Vampire Slayer. And like I put down on the card, I put, OMG, wow. Watch a lot of stuff on Sunday, all different years, etc. They had season 3, then they had season 4, a couple episodes from season 5, which were not disconjointed, so they didn't go together. Season 6 and season 7, and none of them went together at all. And being the fact that I just started and I'm only in, the end of season 3, getting close to it anyway, I hadn't a clue what was going on. It was highly confusing.
Yeah.
But I watched it anyway. Okay. And I know you're going to ask me who's my favorite character. And as of right now, Willow's my favorite. I can
see that.
She is super cool. She's super smart. I did see a couple of her on Sunday, and I didn't like the way she was acting on some of the, season 6 and whatnot seasons. Wasn't too sure about that. But I also think it's super cool that she has a werewolf for a boyfriend.
Yes.
And I got one big question. I know it's TV series and they can get away with murder, but
literally.
Yeah. How in the hell do those guys get out of the grave? They're 6 feet under, they're in a coffin, and they dig themselves out. And they do it, and it makes no sense. Because I've seen them do it.
Okay, so you're talking about when Buffy...
6 or 7 feet of dirt on top of a coffin. And somehow or another, and it's all packed down, and they manage to get the lid open, and they get out, and they come up. Makes no sense.
Are you talking about Buffy doing it?
No, I'm talking about all those vampires that Buffy kills in the cemetery.
Well, Miss Liz, they're supernatural. They can move the dirt away from them as they dig outward. You got to remember.
But they have to get the lid open first.
Well, I mean, they're supernatural beings, so you know what I mean. Their strength is more than our strength.
That's an awful lot of dirt to move that lid like that.
Well, I mean,
it's.
Look. I will defer to the
impossible
to explain this situation.
It's part of the magic of it. I mean, really, you're talking about a being that is been able to shapeshift and everything else. So it's really just part of the absolute magic of the vampire. I think that's the only way I can explain it without just saying it's a bunch of TV hocus pocus.
It's a bunch of TV hocus pocus.
See, there we go. That's the easiest way to say it. I mean, yes, there are some things that will never make sense, and I don't care what series you watch. There's little bits that make you go, how can they? But again, it is part of the dramatic aspect of the magic that happens.
Yeah, because I was in the middle of the second season, and I kept seeing them come out of the grave and whatnot, and I'm going, this doesn't make any sense. They shouldn't be able to do that.
Well, I want you to hold that question because it comes back up again later on. Because, see, Buffy was long running.
10 seasons, I hear.
Well,
yes.
It was on one network.
Yeah.
And then they went to another network.
Oh.
So before they left, the old network did something to her which made you go, well, that wasn't really right, because now how are you going to explain this situation? Okay.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
what you just asked comes right back up.
Mm-hmm.
So, like I said, as of right now, Willow's my favorite because she's super smart and she's just learning how to be a witch, which is really
Mm-hmm.
cool.
Ooh, boy, you would be
And
that.
Yeah, I can't wait until she gets into the later episodes for this one.
and let me see, what else have I got? Oh, most of my questions are all within, whoops, season. Most of them are. I suppose when we put when we sent Angel to the hell in end of season 2, didn't we?
Yes,
Yeah.
kind of. Let's go with as far as we know.
Okay, because I was watching that and I wrote down things to talk about Buffy. Poor
Okay.
Angel lost his soul and he went bad
And jealous.
and he started killing again.
And jealous. The baddest
And
vampire on the planet.
then he decided to really mess with Spike, who
Oh,
ended
he
up
hates
in a
Spike.
wheelchair for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And he was messing with Desiree, Drusilla, messing with her big time. And so she got her powers back. But he was just being mean to Spike bad. I mean, he was just giving him the business. And he was doing it just to annoy the crap out of him. I don't really think he really cared about Drusilla. I think he just did it to mess with Spike, personally. And then, of course, he was messing with Buffy, of course.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, did he mess with Buffy? And then this was the shocker that I went, oh my God. Oh yeah, and I wrote down, will he ever get back? On the back here, once he'd gone to hell, I wrote down, will he ever get Angel back? Of course, we found that out in season 3.
Well, I got some bad news for you. Angelus is going to show up again.
And then, oh my God, this was a shocker. He killed Jenny. Oh my Jesus. And just as she found out how to get his soul back to him, he killed her. And
but what did you think of that?
Destroyed the computer and everything. It was a good thing that disc fell down and Willow found it later. But
what did you think of the what did you think of the way you find out about Angel and that he
oh, you mean, are you talking about the episode where we found out how he got turned into a vampire?
how he got turned?
And Drusilla was the one that did it?
The witch, casting the spell for the, What'd you think of that?
I thought it was pretty cool, personally. Or was it Drusilla turned Angel also turned Spike? Because I know she did Spike.
Mm-hmm.
But the witch that gave or was it Gypsy? Wasn't it Gypsy?
Oh yeah, the Gypsy gave the curse.
Gave his soul back.
Yeah.
And I thought that was a very unique way of doing a vampire that, you know, when you become a vampire, you can do all these things because you've lost your humanity, you've lost your soul.
Yep.
And she kind of reversed it and cursed him and gave him back his soul. So now he had to live with all the depravity and everything that he had did.
Oh, I know. He kind of suffered pretty good there.
Oh, that's he's got what I love, the redemption arc that I love, because when Faith comes in,
Yeah, that
and
comes
she
up
does her
soon.
thing, right? She does
Yep.
her thing, and
I don't like Faith.
Oh God,
Don't like her at all.
I love her. I think I love her more than I do Buffy. It's something about a bad
No
girl.
way. She is just a plain ordinary murdering psychopath. She's got, I mean, she's not even a vampire, and she's got the lust to kill things worse than the vampires do.
And she
She's
likes
terrible.
to torture.
Huh?
She likes
And
to
she
torture.
likes torture.
Oh yeah.
But there's this thing that he
Angel
tells
said the
her.
same thing when she had killed that first human, that she says now she's got the taste for it. She won't quit.
And there's the thing that Angel tells her about redemption, which
Yep.
is one of the things that I love, that he tells her that, you know, it's not about you know, you being atoning for things. It's not about you atoning for things and you wake up and one day you do this one good deed and it's all wiped away.
Yep.
That's one of the things that I don't like about Star Wars with Darth Vader. You know, he throws the Emperor over. Oh, I'm back to the good side. Dude, you just murdered women and children in the sand, and then you killed a bunch of younglings.
Yep.
No, you're not redeemed by that one act. I found that, you know, that for me.
Yeah, that was just kind of a quick, you know, solution to their story. If you know.
Well, they had to, because, you know, you couldn't put Darth Vader in jail, obviously. I mean, you know, it's just, you know what I mean? He'd be in there one minute, you go back to the cell, he's gone because he's done mind tricked the guy out of the cell and whatnot. So yeah, he had to actually, you know, that was the only good way for it to end for him. You know, so but I love that whole redemption arc, like I said, for Angel, because it's not about doing one good deed, you know, or when does it stop. You it's for the rest of your life. You got to keep going. But they had some marvelous characters on there. You know, they had Seth Green, who played the werewolf.
Oh yeah, you notice he changed his hair color.
Yeah, he was a lot younger then, and you know.
And then season 3, one of the episodes in season 3, everybody got their heart broken on that one episode. Everybody got their heart broken. Everyone. Spike got his heart broken by Drusilla. Angel got his heart broken by Buffy. Then Willow got her heart broken by, you know, by her boyfriend. And Cassandra, oh my God, what she did to Xander. Oh my Lord. And almost died too in the process.
You know, when I'm listening to
that
you,
that episode was just whoa.
I enjoy listening to you because you know, this is your first time seeing all this stuff, and then it brings back all these memories, and this is nothing compared to what happens to them down the road.
Yeah, this is what God, you're into right now, because you're close to the end of season 3, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what you're into,
where Willow's doppelganger, the vampire, showed back up.
Okay.
And they had to send her back to wherever she came from.
You're only a couple episodes away from ending season 3 then.
Yep.
What you're seeing right now seems so traumatic for these actors, for for our heroine and everyone else.
Yep.
This is not even the plate for the cake yet.
Yeah, Giles got fired.
I mean, this is a really good base for these characters, and the fact that it was on air for as long as it was, this really is just the base. Season 3 is the base plate of this series. Then it really takes off.
Yeah, because I saw Faith. She's now hanging around with she just started hanging around with the mayor, who's a bad character altogether. And then she killed, what's his name, the black guy. In the last episode, she stabbed him in the back, and he was gone. and pretty much that was the last episode I saw. And Buffy tried so hard to talk Faith into, owning up to her very bad mistake, which was a total accident, by the way. She didn't take it. She acted like it was nothing, and Buffy was going, so I'm expecting Faith to go further out into the she's gonna get worse before
this is one of those series that I cannot wait to revisit with you when you get further into this series, because as much as you're on this right now, you are gonna be mind blown. This series gets really crazy, and it's such a wonderful written series. It really is.
And I've gotten a slight peek at what 5, 6, one or two episodes of 5, 6, and 7, and unfortunately, because I haven't seen the seasons and I watch the episodes, they don't gel with me because I don't know what the backstory is when I'm watching the episode. There's one episode, it was a Be Continued episode that they showed on Sunday. And then they only gave me the first part. They never gave me the second part, which bugged the crap out of me because I don't know how they got, figured that out. Saved Buffy.
So with Buffy, you had 1 through 5 was on the WB.
Yes.
Okay. And they give it such a great ending where you go, well, how are they going to continue the show? So then you get 6 and 7 is on the UPN. Remember when we had the UPN network?
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Okay. So that's where those two come from. My favorite episode, though, is Once More with Feeling. It was the singing episode.
Well, I haven't seen that, of course.
Wait till you get there. That one and the puppet one.
The singing episode. That's season 5, isn't it?
Let me see. Yeah, because that's the one with.
Well, I definitely would like to see the puppet one because I love the Muppets.
Oh man, when you see Angel come, the Angel puppet come walking out,
oh my God!
Because he had the swagger.
I totally forgot about that episode.
I have the Spike puppet. The case. The case is kind of really shabby, but the puppet itself is pristine because it's been inside the case. I was going to sell it, but Jinky convinced me to keep it. I don't know why, because the thing creeps me out. It really does, because
that's why she told you to keep it. because the Jinky likes to torture.
Yeah, she does like to torture me. That thing. It's season 6, episode 7.
Well, I got a long way to go.
Okay, I was season off.
But
Okay.
you'll love it. I mean, it's because that, and I'm not one for musicals. I really, even in my Disney stuff, I mean, there's very few Disneys that I will sit down because I don't like all that singing through them. I can't stand it. Bob's Burgers movie. I was expecting a regular cartoon. Nope, I got every 3 or 4 scenes that somebody was breaking in the song, and I was like, ugh.
Oh God!
But this episode, there was something about this episode that really got me kind of like, kind of got me kind of going with it, and I just flowed with it, kind of like West Side Story. Kind of caught my attention, and I was going with it.
It was so different and unique, especially for this series.
Or any kind of teen drama,
It took you off guard. It really did. When it started, it took you off guard because you weren't expecting it. I mean, you don't expect Buffy the Vampire Slayer to be bust out in song. It's just not. It really takes you off guard, and it's great. It really is, because I like that kind of a twist in a series. I love having that just little bit of a, this isn't a normal for this type of twist. And I found that up. I agree. That is definitely one of my favorite episodes.
So what did you guys think about them actually bringing back the rules for vampires? Have you noticed that? Okay, so throughout, I guess, movie fandom, there have been certain things that vampires can and cannot do. Sunlight, of course, we know, torches them, sunlight, garlic,
cross, and holy water, and garlic.
My favorite, though, is a vampire cannot enter your home unless
you invite him.
Invite it. So when Angel and go inside by somebody's home, they're stopped by like this invisible barrier, and they're like, "You got to invite me in. You got to invite me in." I love the fact that they kind of set that kind of tone and stuck to the rules. You know what I mean?
Because I think that was in the original Dracula, the very first one, in the black and white version.
Nosferatu, yeah.
Yeah, he couldn't come in unless,
invited. Right. So, I love that because, a lot of the things, kind of get turned around. And don't get me wrong, Blade is still one of my favorite vampire movies. But, Silver don't do squat. The only thing can do, is sunlight or ultraviolet light. Silver, garlic, and holy water, I think, don't do squat or something like that.
What
everything else does. Huh?
In Blade.
They changed the rules?
They changed the rules a little bit.
They changed some, yes. Obviously, they changed a little bit because you've got Wesley Snipes' character, Blade, is a daywalker.
Yep.
But he's only partially turned with the synthetic.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, the two vampires I love the fact, like, when they vamp out, you still get that bat type demon appearance.
Yes. You get the crest and forehead, and
I love that from Buffy. I think that was one of the best.
How about that one episode where Xander turned into a vampire and so did Willow? I mean, whoa, were they wicked? They were wicked. And they seemed to enjoy it.
Yeah, well, you got to remember, their soul is gone. So they can cut loose and do the things that they, always wanted to do. And again, that's one of those things that I love about that series, because you figure when you lose your humanity, nowadays they romanticize the vampire. And that's why I love 30 Days of Night. There is no.
Yeah, there is no romanticizing that.
You know, there is no. I personally don't. The thing. I mean, I get it. Twilight was written for the teeny boppers or whatever else, and a lot of household moms
series.
really
I didn't either.
it.
I could not get through it. I never even made it through the first movie. It just was too much. Maybe it was because I was too old.
Well, for me, it doesn't make any sense because, this is a 200 to 300-year-old being, okay? 200 or 300 years old, okay? I don't care how you slice it. You've matured.
Yep.
You would not have any type of interest in any little 16-year-old girl other than a snack, a fruit
I would
or
agree.
something. You know what I mean? It makes no sense to me that this vampire would want to, oh, she reminds me of my lost love. Let me sit here and be with this chick. That's crazy. That is crazy. She could not hold a conversation with this dude because of everything that he's seen, done, the changes in man throughout the years.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What is she going to talk to him about? The Kardashians? Get out of here with that, man. I just find it insulting to me that, that these, and they would get bored with these people because they can't do what they do. You know what I mean?
Yep.
So when I saw 30 Days of Night,
they're just snacks.
Yeah, that's what I mean. They would have no interest in him. But when I saw 30 Days of Night,
sparkly vampires. I never got through that sparkly vampire stuff.
the book is even weirder.
The first movie, so
look, the book is even weirder because the vampire, the werewolves hide their clothes in the cheeks or the fur of the werewolf. I was just like, get out of here with that. Get. Oh my God, you know what I mean?
But we're bringing up movies.
How about Cordelia? When she ran into Xander and Willow as vampires, and she was just going.
Her character grows.
To get out of there alive, which is really,
her character grows a lot. After you get into that, and then of course into
she was being really mean to Xander. Right after that accident and everything, and she broke his heart and all that, and her heart got broken. Oh man, she turned into a mean bitch.
It gets like that. I mean, because you guys got to remember where this movie came from. It came from the Buffy movie that did poorly in the theaters.
Oh,
but once they changed it a little bit. Because, my favorite scene is, kill them a lot. I mean, Pee Wee Herman as a vampire.
That was his
Pee Wee Herman
death
as
scene.
A vampire?
Yes.
You've not seen the movie.
I don't like Pee Wee Herman, so I wouldn't have probably gone to see it. I have.
Okay.
I never liked that guy ever, so I wouldn't
see
anything with him in it.
Here's the thing, though. He was not actually Pee Wee Herman.
Yeah.
But this was after all the crap that he got busted for too. That this movie came out.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
That kind of set him back into the game. Yeah.
So he ended up playing this pretty straight for the most part. I mean, he was definitely the comedic punchline in this movie as far as the vampires went. Okay. His death scene was just ridiculous. It was the ooh, ah, oh, ee, ah, oh, ah, because he was faking it at that point. And then he looked up at at the actual head vampire, and he would kill him now. And she did. And that he just looked at her. He looked up and he was like, "Ooh, dead. Okay, gone." So I mean, the movie was so stupid at points that it was absolutely hysterically funny.
It also was the first, because what they wanted was, in every horror movie you had the blonde running, screaming from the killer or whatever it was, and she tripped and she would fall, and then she would get up and she would scream, and then she'd ultimately get killed. So they wanted to reverse it, and then give you the strong, heroic heroine of the film.
Yeah, we still have a few of those in the show that run around and
oh yeah,
and scream and fall over things, and
oh yeah,
and then you wonder why, and then they just, and
wait till you see again. That's why I like talking to you about this, because now I can remember what that was like, but then I know what's coming ahead of you. And if you watch Angel 2, I think Buffy's ending for me was kind of like, it was good, but it wasn't as good as Angel's ending.
Well, I remember I saw the series Angel, but it's been so long since I saw it, I probably can't,
I'd have to rewatch it myself.
I own it on DVD. I own all the seasons on DVD, but the ending is what got me. And I think I own the comics, because I wanted, after the shows stopped, they went to the comics to pick up where the shows left off.
Wow.
But that in an alley, you and your friends, one of you is dying, and the odds are totally against you. You know you guys are going to fall. It's just a matter of when. But they all manned up, even though they had Fred there as that demon god or whatever else. And, he looks at you. He looks at everybody, goes, I got dibs on the dragon. And that's where it stops. And you're just like, oh, what, epic.
Yes.
Well, then when Buffy lost all of her powers because she had to go through that test before Giles got fired because he helped her.
Yeah.
I love how she had those bottles of holy water, and they were coming after her, and she went whoosh, and they went poof. It was great.
Those are the things. Those are the things that you get, when a series is done pretty well. Buffy and Angel are two of the series that I love to watch, every now and then, or watch an episode of, or pick out my favorite episode of, because they were done really well. You had that, what was it? Ram, Hart, and something else. Ephraim Hart, was it Ram? Something. That secret organization that was pulling all the strings.
Yes.
Oh, you mean the one that the council that Giles worked for?
No.
It was
Wolfram and Hart. Yeah.
She's not there yet.
Yeah, but she's not going to know what we're talking about.
And then
Wolfram and Hart.
There was another
yes.
one. Oh God! Now I forgot it. I had it in my head, and the new Watcher, the wimpy guy.
Yeah.
All he has is book knowledge, and he's afraid of everything. He's afraid of his own shadow, for God's sakes. How he has actually survived this season is amazing, because he always seems to, by the skin of his britches, survives. He should have been dead several times.
Yeah.
He's such a, oh my God, he doesn't hold a candle against Giles at all, not even close. Jenny's better. Even that demon lady was better. The one that wanted the power and everything. She was even better. And she got her power, and then she went poof.
See, I'm gonna go back to something that Calibus said about this series. They went back to the rules, and you actually just said it. Buffy didn't have her powers, but she had the holy water, and all of a sudden, poof, vampires dead, gone.
Yeah.
That's what we're talking about when we say it really took the rules of the vampire, all the lore, and brought it back to light, where a lot of movies at this point had really just tossed it out. And we've had a few since that have definitely tossed it out, obviously with Twilight. But, that's when we say well written, I know that's what I'm talking about personally when I say it's well written, because it takes the old vampiric lore. I mean, you're taking Bram Stoker's Dracula and keeping his lore and writing it in a little bit of obviously a different way. Because
I have a question.
Yes.
Because I have seen a couple of the episodes this Sunday, and I have a slight inkling of things that are coming up.
Mm-hmm.
Are we destroying the high school at the end of third or fourth season? Because we're about to destroy it. Because one of the episodes, when the Faith apparently was in a coma for forever, and she woke up, and she says, "I gotta go to the prom," and the girl tells her that the school was destroyed, and there was no high school anymore. And like I said, I have no context on. All I know is the high school got destroyed.
I thought it got destroyed like 3 or 4 times.
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it coming up? I mean, is it at the end of third season or in fourth season?
I don't think we see it until the 4th season.
Ah.
Oh,
because they said that
it's
the
when
first
it's
got
destroyed.
It, Mare got it. And...
Sunnydale High. As I'm looking it up, Graduation Day Part 2, Season 3.
So it is Season 3.
It's Season 3.
Okay.
And my God.
Our favorite principal, he's going to get it.
Check this out, guys. Now, this is by coincidence. Graduation Day Part 2 aired July 13th, 1999.
Uh-huh.
Oh, my God.
Tomorrow is July 13th.
That's
Episode 22.
That is cool.
Episode 22. So basically tomorrow.
So we're discussing episode 22, which was July 13th, 99, on July 12th of 22.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, like I said, the last episode I just saw was the doppelganger episode with Willow and that other lady who wants to get her jewel back really bad, and that's how the doppelganger got zapped back into our dimension, and then they sent her back to the dimension, and she got killed right off the bat. So, don't I have a couple more episodes before I get to the end of the season? Because I don't remember the number of last night's episode.
Well,
Doppelganger was the last episode I saw. And was season 3.
Three or 4 episodes left, I think.
And we get 2 each night.
Well, there are 22 or no, yeah, there are 22 22 episodes, and there's Faith. Doppelganger. You just finished Doppelganger?
Yeah, I just finished Doppelganger.
So your next episode is called Enemies.
Okay.
You're not gonna
That's
like
got to
that
be
one.
Faith.
Mhm.
And then you got so you're 5 episodes away from the end, and 4 episodes away from watching the high school.
Getting blown up.
Yep.
Basically.
Yeah.
I can't wait till you get to season 5. At the end of season 5.
Yeah. Season 5 is, like I said, season 3 was the cake plate. You're next season you're gonna start getting a lot more, and I do mean a lot more.
Are we going to be? I hope we're not going to mess with Willow too much. I like Willow.
Huh.
But Xander, my God, Xander needs to really grow up a little. He just kind of,
Oh.
you want
Oh,
to
I'm
jack
biting my
clap him
cheek
occasionally.
so hard.
He's just so, he really needs his.
Well, you're gonna, as the seasons keep going, harder choices have to be made. People do grow up. People fall in love. People
Follow different paths.
I'm sure of that.
Oh,
I saw an
yeah.
episode from Sunday, and Buffy was kissing Spike.
oh my God.
Mm-hmm. I forgot about that
I
one.
saw that episode, and Buffy was making out with Spike, and they were enjoying it.
Oh,
I don't understand it, but I suppose I will eventually. I'm just kind of going, okay.
I hate it when they do best of videos.
Spike. And Spike's telling her he loves her.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, wait a minute. You've been bitter enemies for years. And now.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, Miss Liz.
Oh, Miss Liz. Oh, Miss Liz.
Like I said, I saw, episode here and episode. They randomly strung a bunch of episodes together. They're all from all years I haven't seen yet. And it may, I got 3 more that I'm supposed to go through, but I don't know whether I want to or not. I don't know whether I want to wait so they'll actually make sense. Because that episode with Spike and Buffy really didn't make much sense.
It will eventually.
Oh, Miss Liz, I'm telling you,
Louise,
you got me dying over here because I'm. One part of me is like, I can't wait to see your reaction, and the other part of me is like, God, let me tell you. But it would be best if you just watch, because there was, I was really kind of confused too. But then, like I said, it oh my God, does it get wild?
Mm-hmm.
It gets, I mean, you talk about
And Buffy's got in one of the episodes, Buffy had a new boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, they just strung episodes together. I mean, none of them rhyme or reason. There was just, and none of them went together. And one of them really annoyed the crap out of me because it was a 2-parter supposedly, and I only got the first part. And I'm just going, okay, how in the hell are we going to get? It was the episode where Faith ended up taking Buffy's, and Buffy ended up in Faith. And I'm trying to figure out.
I love that episode.
The crossover, yeah.
They didn't give us a second episode, so they kind of left us hanging. You know, that's how discombobulated the stuff on Sunday was.
Okay. Mark, I agree. No spoilers. It does just need to happen. And I know by the face on Mr. Calibus up there, and my cheek is absolutely hurting from biting it as hard as I have been. I know his tongue's sore because he's biting his tongue at this moment too.
Oh my God.
It's hard not to sit here and go, oh my God, Liz, you're going to, because I'm not going to do that. I try my hardest not to do that because this series is just so well done that I want your genuine reaction to what you see with this, because it is so well. It is one of my favorite series.
A lot of I'm just getting mind blown here quite a bit.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah. It gets a lot. It gets a lot more mind blowing.
Mr. Whippy Puss, because he should have never been sent to be Buffy's in the first place. He's just not qualified. You know?
Yeah. Well,
he can't handle her, and he can't handle Faith. That's for sure. I mean, it's just he is not in his element. I mean, even Cordelia can run rings around him.
It's yeah.
You know what I mean?
I just got through. He wants to tell her too.
Yeah, it's so hard not to.
I'm telling you. But this was one of my my favorite series. And I saw the movie, wasn't really impressed.
I haven't seen the movie, so.
And I believe it was Bishop. Bishop really kind of got me into Angel and Buffy. He had came over because I think he had season 1 of Angel. And I was like, I'm not really gonna. And he was like, no, man, you gotta watch it. You gotta. I'm like,
oh my God, I was hooked on Angel.
And that we sat down and watched. I'm like, you got any more? He's like, no, man. I'm like, well, you gonna come over here with one season? You know what I mean? I went back, and you know how you had those stores that you could trade in your old DVDs and buy DVDs.
I remember that.
I went back and got all the Buffy because they showed Buffy and the Angel thing in the first. So I went back, binge watched all of that, caught up to where Buffy was on the new season, and I watched it all the way through. And then, of course, TNT ran it all the damn time. So that's where I kept watching it. It got so
I'm
bad.
Watching it on Comet right now.
Huh?
I'm watching
Comet.
on Comet.
Oh, on Comet. So my kids would wake up in the morning to watch Buffy and Angel before they went to school. And that just killed me. I'm like, you should be sleeping that extra hour in there. No, we want to see what happens. I'm like, okay, whatever. But yeah, it was predominantly really played in this house. Matter of fact, I think I still got like season 4 of Buffy somewhere running around here. So I got all of Angel.
Well, you know what I did with Obi-Wan. You know,
Oh yes, I did see you binged it. I saw that you actually saw that.
I binged all 6 episodes on Saturday. I started at 5 o'clock in the afternoon, and I was done by 9:30, and I wanted more.
Right?
Well,
That's
see,
what we said the entire time.
look, all I can tell you guys is this. I have the new cut. It's free on the internet. I've got the new cut, and I want to do a binge session with you guys because it's 2 hours and 30 minutes. And I can flip it back and forth where we're watching it, show only a couple of seconds to the people as we're watching it, but to see everybody else's reaction. Because the guy, at the end where it should have been Duel of the Fates with Obi-Wan and Vader fighting.
Yeah, they did that.
He mixed in Duel of Fates for it. He cut out a lot of the other stuff that kind of didn't make sense to, and the choppy edits that we had in Obi-Wan. Streamlined it. He added a few different scenes to it and everything else, and it flows. It flows so much better than, sadly, the show. Although the show was good, but
Yes.
this edit, Disney needs to hire this dude because this edit is really, really tight. You know what I mean? It was really, really tight. It was something that was, and I told everybody in the groups, I'm like, hey, we can set up a binge session maybe this weekend or whatever. But it's 2 hours and 39 minutes. You know what I mean?
I'm free whenever you want me. Even
That-
though I
that's
probably
something-
are we watching, what is it, the last 5 episodes or something like last 2 episodes, or just the battle?
No, it's the whole show, but it's done like a movie.
Yeah.
So there's no
Really?
interruption. There's no how it would cut and then credits would roll. There's
Yeah.
none of that. It goes straight through as a movie.
Huh. And I like the black lady. Oh my God. She was fabulous.
Reva, look, at first I didn't care for her character, and then we discussed it on the covert. And we were like, what if she was one of the younglings on the bridge? And I said, oh, damn, okay, now that would make sense to me. And
I
then
figured that out right at the beginning, almost at the beginning, that I figured out that she was one of the younglings that ended up going to the dark side, and then it really made sense when she said she was trying to trick Darth Vader, and he didn't trick at all. I'm amazed he didn't kill her.
Look,
when he ran that thing right through her middle.
That's twice he did it. He did it on the bridge as Anakin, and then he did it again as Vader.
And she survived both times.
Yeah, no wonder she hates the dude. You know what I mean? I mean, you did it to me once, and then here it is, you do it to me again?
With her own saber.
Yeah.
God.
That was the poetic part of it. He did it with her own saber.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm just amazed she survived.
Well, we talked about that too, the hatred for the dark side. And Sith Lords want to live forever. They're afraid of death. They want to be immortal. That's why the Emperor kept cloning himself and all this other stuff, because they didn't want to die.
He cloned himself how many times?
Yeah. I'm definitely I'll see if we can get that together. I don't know if it'll be this weekend. I would like maybe to try this weekend, but we'll see how everything goes. I'll send out the invites for whoever wants to do it. And we don't have to really record it.
Right.
You know what I mean? But
so are you gonna wait for me to finish what, another season before we talk some more Buffy or what? Because
Oh, yeah.
I'm almost to the end of season 3. I got to see season 4.
Yeah. Well,
Yes.
and
You know
why
what?
don't you finish?
I know somebody, if you still have it, Calbus, and
What's
says,
that?
I'm going to lunch with you. I know somebody who could, and I could binge.
If you can find your season 4, sir. I
Oh,
think
yeah,
that's
yeah.
what she is discussing.
Okay. Well, I will look for it because I know.
Well,
I
if you
got
don't
somewhere
have
on
it,
here.
I'll just stick with what I'm watching on TV.
I'll look for it. Because the other day I think I
Because you
saw it.
said there's some serious stuff going on in season 4, right?
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Mhm.
They're going to
Mhm.
college in
Mhm.
season
Mhm.
4, right?
For season 4 is when it really starts to take off. I mean, up till now, it's been you've had a really good taste of what's to come, but season 4 kind of smacks you in the face and just takes off.
Yeah, they're
It's
going to college. in
so
season 4.
different.
Yeah,
I'll
I
have to
will look
find
for
the
that.
time to actually watch it. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Because I know I seen the super. I got like another whatchamacallit of Supernatural too, because she stopped watching DVDs because everything went to streaming, and it was like, what are we gonna do with all these DVDs here?
I've kept all of mine. The only thing Jerry made me get rid of was the VHSs. He made me get rid of almost all my VHSs.
What?
I mean, he thoroughly trashed them. I mean, he just took them in bags and
I still have some of those floating around here
he
too.
decided that that's all there was to it. So I only have a little bit of the VHSs left. I have a few that I managed to talk him out of not throwing away. And I think, you know.
Yeah.
So I have a few left of the VHSs, but I really haven't got anything to play them on now because he made us get rid of the machine.
Yeah, and that's not easy to come by anymore.
And
I still have my Star Trek 1 through 6.
I have all that on DVD now, so I'm not worried about that.
I got them all on DVD too, but and then of course Lucas, he was dropping the silver edition, the gold edition, the special edition.
Mm-hmm.
I was lucky enough to still get the remastered originals of Star Wars that haven't been specialized.
Yep.
I still have those, but
I have that, and then I've got the specialized one too.
Yeah.
And then, of course, on the Star Trek thing, I got the whole big set that's got everything in it, including the animated series. I picked that up last year on Amazon Prime Day. They had it on sale, and
I have my animated series.
Huh?
Matter of fact, I found it last night. My animated series. I was moving some clothes, and there it was. I was like, "Holy crap! I still got this." But we've hit over the hour mark, babbling on as we did. It's always a pleasure to talk to you, Miss Liz. Always a pleasure.
Well, there's plenty more to talk about. You know that.
Yes, ma'am.
All we've done is cover first, second, and third season, and
well, I'm gonna look and see.
And a couple stray episodes.
I'm gonna look and see where we are, where my my DVDs are. Because again, I mean, God, I've got 3 or 4 books of DVDs that no one touches anymore. But next Tuesday we'll be back.
I'll keep up with what I'm watching now,
Mm-hmm.
and then we can hit more. And I'm assuming at one point or another, Angel's going to leave and go on to his series.
Yep.
Yes.
So, because he's got to go on to his own series, otherwise there wouldn't be any point.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the whole reason I got interested in actually eventually seeing Buffy because I watched Angel.
Me too. All right, guys, that'll do it for us. Another one with Miss Liz will be back next Tuesday, as always, with the First Lady of Fandom. I am Calibus Rand. Dakar, take us home.
As always, thank you everybody for joining us on this fine evening and having Miss Liz drop some fandom knowledge, but just the true trying to think of the word. Emotions behind the Buffy series has just been fantastic for me.
Yeah.
So I thank you, Miss Liz, for joining us. And thank you, everybody.
All right, then. That'll do us. We'll see you next Tuesday, guys.
And see you at lunch.